Lumen Field in Seattle. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. First carry here for Ken Walker. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They'll look to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Collins, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. Here's Stroud. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And it's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third.
Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Fant on the short completion. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. You can look at the defense for these Texans. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
He's got his target. That's complete. There he goes left side. Cooper Kupp. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, if you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down. Stroud and company going for it. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Stroud out of the gun here. Finding. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 10.
Let's go now.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Walker now on 1st and 10. Shedding the tackle. He'll get this down to the 38. The Seahawks sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into the wall here, and they'll stop him short. 4th down. Here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dalton Schultz, 60 yards. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A gutsy call. 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it, because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air, and what a result. Big-time play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Collins. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Stroud looking to throw. This one left side caught by Collins. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Stroud now on 4th down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Stroud to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Well, the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Stroud will look to throw once more. Steps away to his left. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. The throwing again is Stroud. That is caught. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Stroud working out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So the late touchdown ties things as they will kick this one away in the final stages of the half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Stroud. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Here's 3rd and 3. And Stroud now to throw. He's got his man. That's Dell. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Mixon with a first down carry. He'll get this down to the 38.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
2nd and 7. Here's Stroud. And he'll just get rid of it.
And in the second half of the tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now receiver in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Chris Olave, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw here.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Christian Harris.
And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Mixing up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Stroud out of the gun here. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Trying the left side with Walker. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just 1 big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and 4. And Walker has it. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Set up. 79 Bronco.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Ready.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 6.
Back at 60. Let's go. 19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
They'll look to throw here. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Jackson Smith-Njigba.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Go.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Eluding the pressure right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
Stroud looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Nixon will try the right side. Oh, spinning away. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That good for 22 and a first down.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
Back to throw. Stroud. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. It'll go. It's nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Stroud. Being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2nd and 2. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Flush to his right.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
This one taken in by Olave.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
3rd and 4. To throw is Stroud.
To mix it on the check down.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. Stroud back to throw. He completes it to Olave.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Stroud looks to throw.
And this is caught. And that could...